So that's sorry. What's up guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll go ahead and talk about ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund Key Information and Investment Disclosure Statement, o yung tinatawag nilang KIDS. It's very important that before you invest into a fund or into something, dapat alam mo or you are aware kung ano yung pinag-i-investan natin. So in today's video, we're going to talk about specifics of the ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund, key information, and yung investment disclosure statement. And this document can be accessed through their website. That's atram.com.ph. And yung available na document on their website is as of June 30, 2021. So in today's video, we'll talk about the fund facts, yung fees. We'll also cover investment objective and strategy, client suitability, and yung mga key risk and risk management. It's very important that we know this basic information about ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund para aware tayo when it comes to the risk, kung anong client suitability nito, para sa'yo ba to. So those are the things that we are going to talk about in this video. So if you want to know more about ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund, just keep on watching. Alright, so again, our topic for today is ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund, Key Information and Investment Disclosure Statement. So this document is available on their website, atram.com.ph. Just go to UITF, and then under UITF, just look for the funds. Tapos hanapin mo lang yung document na down below. So makikita mo yung Key Information and Investment Disclosure Statement document sa pinakababa. And also, this document is as of June 30, 2021. So, for example, yung net asset value per unit niya, this is as of June 30, 2021. So, today is already September. So, this might already be updated. So, we'll go through this document. So, pag-uusapan natin yung ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund. So, as of June 30, 2021, let's go to the fund facts. Classification ng fund na ito ay isang equity fund. So, by the term itself, pag sinabing equity fund, this is automatically categorized as an aggressive fund. Launch date, April 30, 2018. Minimum investment, 1,000 pesos. Additional investment, 500 pesos. But weird lang because I'm investing ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund via G-Invest. Pero sa G-Invest na platform, yung additional investment na nakalagay doon is 1,000. But on this document it's stated 500 pesos. Anyway, minimum holding period, there is none. Structure, ito ay isang UITF and feeder fund. So as of June 30, 2021, ang document, ang net asset value per unit niya is 217 pesos and 20.259455 noong mga panahon na yun. So total fund net asset value, ito na siya ngayon. So dealing date, this is daily. Redemption, settlement, trade date plus 5 business days. I think it's very important to know din yung redemption settlement because pag magre-redeem ka na, dapat alam natin yung number of business days na makukuha natin siya or makakredit siya dun sa account natin. So, early redemption charge, there is none. Target Fund, Fidelity Funds, Global Technology Fund. Yung early redemption charge, charge, nakalagay dito na may mga funds kasi na pag i-redeem mo siya at an earlier, meron kang charges. So, for ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund, aside sa wala siyang minimum holding period, wala din siyang early redemption charge. Now, let's talk about the fees of the ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund. So, it's stated here, trust fee, meron siyang 1.15%. So, ATRAM Trust. Custodianship fees, 0.0%. That's under Deutsche Bank, Citibank. External auditor fees, SGB and Company, 0.00%. Wala din. Other fees, ito yung tinatawag na transaction fees, 0.01%. With the looks of it, itong particular fund na ito, ang fee na babayaran, ang dinededuct lang on our investment here is 1.15%. So, wala din siyang mga ibang fees na nakalakip dito sa ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund. So, next is investment objective and strategy. So, the fund seeks to achieve long-term capital appreciation by investing all or substantially all of its assets in a collective investment scheme that invests principally in equity securities of companies throughout the world that derive or benefit significantly from technological advances and improvements. So, meaning ito ay ini-invest sa ibang bansa. So, I think ito yung it's also important to know what's the investment objective and strategy nitong particular fund na ito, which is ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund, para as an investor you are also aware. Next, let's talk about the client suitability. So, may mga funds kasi, remember when you start investing, you should know your risk profile, especially when you say for example you signed up via G investment platform. There are questionnaires there that you answered prior starting investing. Dapat alam mo kung ano yung risk profile mo, but specific to ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund, it's stated here, a client suitability process shall be performed prior to participating in the fund to guide the prospective investor if the fund is suited to his or her investment objectives and risk tolerance. Clients are advised to read the declaration of trust or plan rules of the fund, which may be obtained from the trustee before deciding to invest. So ito, there are 4 categories here kung para sa iyo ba to. ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund is suitable only for investors kung ikaw ay number 1, have an aggressive risk appetite. So, sinasabi lang dito kung example, low risk of appetite ka, tapos mag-invest ka here, kakailanganin mo yung pera agad, then it's at a loss, then malulugi ka if your risk profile is not an aggressive investor. Second, you are comfortable with the volatility and risk of an equity fund. So, meaning sinasabi lang ito na kung kaya mo na, example, nag-invest ka ng 1,000 today, the following day, yung 1,000 mo, it became 800 pesos na lang yung value niya, at comfortable ka naman along, and you are actually a aggressive na type ng investor, then this fund is suitable for you. Third, have a long-term investment horizon. So, na-mention ko na yan earlier. So, example, kakailanganin mo na yung pera ahead of time and bumaba siya yung value ng investment mo. So, ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund is specific for a long-term investment horizon. So, hindi siya pwede ng 1 year lang, 2 years. So, dapat long-term. And lastly, are seeking to invest in global equity securities. Later on this file as well, will go dig deeper dun sa global equity securities. So, meron din tayong tinatawag na key risks and risk management. So, you should not invest in this fund if you do not understand or not comfortable with the accompanying risk. Number one risk, market risk. So, factors, for example, macroeconomic developments, political conditions that affect the overall performance of financial markets may lead to lower prices of securities and losses of investors. So, yun yung pinakaunang risk. Next is counterparty risk. The fund is exposed to risk arising from solvency of its counterparties, for example, custodian, broker, banks, and their ability to respect conditions of contracts and transactions. Next, liquidity risk. Liquidity risk occurs when certain securities in a fund's portfolio may be difficult or impossible to sell at a particular time, which may prevent the redemption of investment in a fund until its asset can be converted to cash. So, meron din pala siyang liquidity risk. Next, we'll talk about reinvestment risk. When income is received from the investments or when the investments are sold and reinvested, there is a risk that the return would be lower than the realized previously. So, aside from market risk, counterparty risk, liquidity risk, meron din tinatawag na reinvestment risk. Since this is invested globally, meron ding foreign currency risk. So the value of investment may be affected by fluctuations in the exchange rates of securities in a different currency other than the base currency of the fund. So, syempre dollars to and it's being converted to Philippine pesos. So, meron din siyang foreign currency risk. And lastly, country risk. The fund may suffer losses arising from investments in securities issued by or in foreign countries due to political, economic, and social structures of such countries. So ito, meron siyang disclaimer here. The UIT fund or UITF is not a deposit and is not insured by the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation or PDIC. Second, returns cannot be guaranteed and historical net asset value per unit is for illustration of NAV movement or fluctuations only. When redeeming, the proceeds may be worth less than the original investment and any losses will be solely for the account of the client. The trustee is not liable for any loss unless a fund will default, bad faith, or gross negligence. So, yung third, sinasabi lang dito that yung proceeds mo, for example nga, 1K siya, tapos kailangan mo na yung money, and then we sold it at a loss, wala silang responsibility into that. That's why this investment is actually for those who has a long-term investment horizon. Yan, naka-specify naman siya dito. So, I would say if you are an aggressive type of investor, check ka na dyan. Your comfortability with the volatility and risk of an equity fund, tataas bababa yung value nito. Kung check ka dyan, you're suitable for this. And then, kapag long term naman, more than 5 years or 10 years mo kakailanganin yung fund. It depends on your investment objective, kung para saan yung money that you are investing. Then, check ka na dyan. And if you are seeking to invest in global equity securities, kung check ka dito sa apat na to, then definitely ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund is for you. Here, ano pa bang mga nandito? So, here, cumulative performance percent. So, meron ditong fund and benchmark. So, 1 month, 4.59%. Ang benchmark niya ay 8.47%. 3 months, okay, this is cumulative performance, 6.59%. Ang benchmark niya ay 11.15%. 6 months, 19.57%. And ang benchmark is 14.82%. 1 year, for the fund, 50.74%. And benchmark is 42.99%. Again, this key information and investment disclosure statement is as of June 30, 2021. So the figures and the data may be different as we speak because September na ngayon. So there, information on target fund as of June 30, 2021. So here, I think yung important that we need to talk about would be yung top 10 holdings or target fund. So name of issuer and then metering yung percent of total. Meron dyan Microsoft Corporation, Apple, Visa, Samsung Electronics, Salesforce Company, Alphabet, Texas Instrument, SAP or SAP, KLA Corporation, Amazon.com. So, meron ding regional exposure. So, percent of total, we have USA, South Korea, Germany, Japan, China, United Kingdom, Taiwan, Sweden, Israel, and others. Here, it's also important to know ano yung sector exposure ng fund na ito. And then, information technology. So, that's 74.4%. Communication services, 10.3%. Consumer discretionary, 7.6%. Industrials, 4.5%. And financial, 1.5%. I think yun na yung mga pinaka-important details here. But if you would like to go deeper to dun sa file, meron ding outlook and strategy. So, meron market environment, fund performance, meron ding fund positioning, and key trades. So, this is actually helpful, especially if you're just starting out or a beginner and you would like to know the key information and investment disclosure statement. Because as an investor, I know this is one of the top performing fund of ATRAM, but as an investor, you should also be aware of some of the key information and investment disclosure statement. Hindi mo naman kailangan lahat i-memorize ito, but some key information like yung minimum holding period, yung early redemption charge, yung ano yung mga trust fees, or yung mga fees that comes with a particular fund. So, I think, let me know, please comment down below on this video if you want a copy of this PDF file. I can send it to your email address. I'll also link my Instagram account so that you can send a direct message on my social media account. So, that's it for today. I think we will just be talking about ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund, the key information and investment disclosure statement. So that is it for today's video. I just want to share to everyone the key information and investment disclosure statement of ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund para din maging aware tayo. What are the fund facts, the fees, and etc. Other things or important things na dapat nating maalala or malaman about a particular fund. So if this video has helped you, please consider subscribing, hit the thumbs up button, and turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I have a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe everyone and see you guys on my next video.